11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a long mustache. It's 12 o'clock, Americans, another day closer to victory. And for all of you out there on or behind the lines, this is your song.
Welcome, everybody, to our Daily Gun Show. We come to you live every day at noon Eastern. That's 9 a.m. Pacific for about an hour each day. We cover 3 gun-related topics each day, different topics throughout the week. We run the show live on YouTube. We simulcast it over at gunchannels.com. We're watching the live comments from people that join us live for the show. And then once it's all over, we'll take the best of and post it over on iTunes as a podcast. We thank everybody who's watching the show now and in the future, especially the people that take the time to give us a thumbs up on the videos, to subscribe to our channels on whatever platform it is, to leave us comments once the video is rendered. All those things let us know you're out there, which we appreciate, but they also help the show get recommended to more listeners, and that's one of our goals. So we really do appreciate the people that take the time to do that. That's why we mention it every single show. So we've got hosts. Everybody's here today. We've got Bob jumping in from Canada. Thanks for joining.
Hey, glad to be here. Sorry I missed yesterday.
That's right. Your paycheck will reflect that. And we got Jimmy running the show up in Phoenix.
Hey, thanks. Good to be here.
And I'm down here in Tucson. So let's see. We're on episode number 448. I don't know if that's anything. So it's Wednesday, so that means it'll be entertainment. We're talking about gun books today. Good idea, bad idea will be whether or not to stock up on semi-auto milsurps. And then on Wednesdays, we do the hashtag Daily Gun Show Showdown, where we go over to Instagram, and everybody that's used the hashtag Daily Gun Show on their images, we collect all those images up, we judge them, and then we decide which is the best picture on Instagram this week. And then fabulous prizes get disseminated to those people. We do every day a gun shop of the day, a gun of the day, movie of the day, things like that. But before we break into all that stuff, we usually take a moment at the beginning of the show to talk about anything that might have happened overnight. That's what we're talking about.
I got nothing. I had a grandkid duties.
Yeah, I got nothing either. I was sleeping. How about you, G-Webs? You got anything going on last night for you?
No, nothing good, I suppose. So, yeah, maybe we should quit down the break at the beginning, since we haven't really had anything good for a while now. We'll just break in when there is something good. All right, so we'll talk about entertainment then. Gun books today.
What about them?
Where are we going to take it? I don't know. So gun books, there's lots of them out there. You could be talking about books that have pictures of guns, right? We could talk about history kind of books that talk about all kinds of stuff. Then you got your manuals and your technical type of things that show you how to do stuff to your guns. Probably a lot more catalogs. Yep.
Yeah. What about like just fiction that feature guns?
I guess there's some of that.
Yeah, I like the historical stuff. I like a lot of got a few World War II books. Got an AK book. Yeah, I don't know. I'm more into like the historical stuff, but I do got a couple. Like I think I have a 2015 FN catalog and stuff. So I do like those type of stuff where you just look at the pictures. But a lot of that stuff is real informative.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, I was really into the Bantam War books. They were pretty cool. They were like historical books about battles and campaigns and shit. Mostly World War II stuff.
Yeah, more like gun books. Or I don't know. Like we usually talk about for entertainment, like a movie or something like that. And I think it was a couple of days ago, maybe last week, something like that. We were talking about Rambo. was that the other day? I don't know. But like the difference between the movies and the books. I don't know. I always like the books a lot better, more detailed, more descriptive. I wouldn't necessarily say more realistic, but
I
I
was
like
talking some kids' books. I was at the 45th Infantry Museum at the gift shop buying patches and stuff, and saw these. They had coloring books. One of them is Machine Guns of World War One, and then this other one is Machine Gun Inventors. So it was like literally coloring book with like Uzi and Stoner and Kalashnikov and Maxim. There's actually quite a few of them in there. It's pretty cool. It was $4.95, marked down to $3.
see that's really neat too. So now with that coloring book, are there little like cliff notes on it or something like that, or like a little like sentence like?
Yeah, exactly. Like a little paragraph about the guy, and then a little picture you can color, kind of like this one where it's got the gun and the guy standing there or something, or somebody using it.
Yeah, that's neat. O'Ree was saying Shooter's Bible. I don't think I've ever read that one.
That would be the giant phone book looking thing that has all kinds of gun information in it.
Oh, okay.
And I think they come out every year, and then there's usually like a buyer's guide towards the back with a bunch of stuff. But yeah, those are books. The Gun Digest one I like a little better. And then, again, every year they come out with a big phone book. Bunch of different articles and stories and stuff. A lot of times they're accumulations of like a magazine's like articles throughout the year, or like their best of or something. But then they'll commission articles specifically for their Gun Digest, your yearly book.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like the coloring book idea, but I wonder how much trouble your grade 1 kid would get in if you took it to school with him.
That's one of the reasons to do it, right?
Yeah, it's just a coloring book.
First Amendment. I think that's why the guy made them too, right? So that kids don't have to feel like guns are separate. They're not topics for things like coloring books.
Yeah, that's a cool idea.
All right, well, I guess if books are going to be a dud, we'll continue on. There's probably lots of stuff we could have talked about here. And obviously the segments of our show are just to get conversation started. So if you've got ideas for something we missed, or I don't know, just take it to another show in the lobby after this one, or one of the evening shows, and bring up whatever we missed about books. Or send us an email, dailygunshow@gmail.com, and let us know a topic we can, a little bit more specific topic we can address in a future show.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the subjects we come up with are going to be things that nobody else is really that interested in. So come up with your own subjects and let us know so we can talk about them.
All right, so looking at the Gun Channel side, Angry says American Gun by Chris Kyle is pretty good. I listened to that one on audio tape. Interesting. It's a good book.
I don't think I've read that one. I don't see a whole lot else other than...
Yeah, we're not getting much, so we'll keep moving. So that'll take us to the second segment. Today is good idea, bad idea. But before we dig in, we usually take a break between the first and second segment of the show each day to feature one of the members over at Gun Channels. And every so often, we like to feature one of the people we support over on Patreon. So Patreon's this platform for supporting, financially supporting content creators, whether they're doing like a comic book or a magazine or a publication or a podcast or a radio show or just a set of videos on a YouTube channel or something. It's a way to support them either monthly or per item, like per chapter or per podcast or something. And it's up to the creator to set that up. They have ways to interact between the creator and the audience with perks and with other reward systems and communication methods like posts and pictures and polls and stuff. So it's a fairly useful platform, and it seems like it's addressing something that's been needed. And now that we see a shift from the YouTube being a funding platform for people creating content, we're seeing this move over towards other platforms like Patreon, because I think it's an interesting one, and there's so many gun-related people over there. We support, I think, about 30 or something people, and like I say, during the show like this, we're going in and featuring some of the people that we support. So this guy is called Gun Guy TV. Do you guys know this one?
I've watched a few videos, but I'm not subscribed to the guy.
Yeah, I've watched a few of his videos as well. He's pretty good.
Yeah, usually what I did as a criteria is to try to find people on Patreon who were creating content on the regular, and then we're supporting other content creators. So this guy doesn't look like he's supporting any other content creators, but it does look like he's putting out fairly consistent content. November 21st. So yesterday, another one from yesterday, another one from yesterday. Looks like he's in Arizona by Yuma, so over by California. And he's got a lot of posts and stuff. So anyway, I didn't want to only support people who I am friends with or I know. So I think somebody had mentioned this over on Gun Channels, this guy, and he seemed like he's producing content. So we're giving him $1 every month, and now we're giving him a plug. So if you're familiar with him, let us know in the comments what's so good. And if you're not, then consider checking them out, supporting them by just subscribing to a YouTube channel. It helps a lot. Or if you're doing one of those strategies where you take $20 a month and you give $1 to each, 20 different people over on Patreon, consider giving them $1. He's got 246 patrons, so it's kind of tough to know when they don't tell you what they're looking for or whatever. So looks like he's about halfway to whatever goal he's got there to get 500 patrons, or I guess eventually to get to 1,600 patrons for some reason. So anyway, let us know what you think, and consider checking them out. Another gun-related channel over on the Patreon. So that'll take us into good idea, bad idea. I think this one came in from Cycle Camp. The good idea, bad idea. Stocking up on semi-auto milsurps rather than AR-15s, as they are generally not as tightly regulated. Bob?
Oh, excellent idea.
Jimmy?
I think it's a good idea.
Bad idea. All right, so what are we talking? Semi-auto milsurps? That's SKSs. Is there anything else? SVDs?
Hands.
Shit. Garand. $700 guns?
M1 carbines.
Nemec calibered 9mm, 9mm longs. You're right, though. I mean, they lasted through 2 wars, so Garands and carbines are valid guns, I guess.
Yeah, so is the SKS. Extremely valid, extremely inexpensive as well.
Extremely garbage and extremely exists. That doesn't make it valid, though.
Garbage? An SKS? Oh, please.
Yeah, one step above garbage. Stock up semi-auto milsurps rather than AR-15s, as they are generally not as tightly regulated. So we're putting connotation on there, I guess. So it's not specific. Stock up on semi-autos. Is this as an investment? Is this as shit hits the fan, you're arming up your friends and family? Is this spare parts for your guns? So if we're saying stock up on semi-auto versus AR-15s, that's got to be for the economy of it. And then he also puts the caveat, not as tightly regulated. So if you're dealing with the removable magazines and the capacity of the magazines and the pistol grips, then you're possibly just having to comply with infringements, right? So if you're stocking up on semi-auto, it still doesn't tell us, is it stocking up for investment? Because if you're stocking up for investment, I'm all about the Garands. I mean, definitely. Buy Garands, they stack easily. They're always going to be worth something forever. And they're not making new ones. So yes, that's excellent investment. If it's for shit hits the fan, walking around with a 308 freaking, end block clip. I mean, it did win wars, but that was with Nazis with little 9mm. That didn't win wars against AK-47s.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, so you're going to shoot 8 rounds of heaviest ammo around and the heaviest gun around, and shoot 8 rounds at a time against an AK-47, PKMs.
Yeah, because you can shoot right through whatever he's hiding behind.
Ooh, okay, except PKMs don't need to hide behind nothing. They're PKMs, for crying out loud. So if it's stocking up for shit hits the fan, then no, since SKSs aren't valid. M1 carbines are too little. Garands are too heavy. So I don't see Milsurp semi-autos being better.
I think they're better. Plus, they're cooler.
Dress to pick up those coloring books. They don't sell them. There's like not a way to buy them from the museum. But if you type in Machine Gun Inventor coloring book, then you find them on like Amazon. You can get them for $4 something. You can't get them for the $3. Even Walmart has them for $3.72, but they're out of stock. But you can get them on Amazon for, wow, $62. I wouldn't pay $62 for it. eBay? eBay, it's $6 with free shipping. Just type in Machine Gun Inventor coloring book. All right, sorry, now we're casting there. But it is the time to be buying stuff for Christmas.
You know what would make excellent stocking stuffers would be playing cards, whether AK identification playing cards or Old West playing cards.
No, the AK ones don't make me a dime, so I could care less if people buy them. But the Old West ones are sitting here costing me money. So yeah, that would be awesome. People bought them. You could buy 2 of them and you get free patches and stuff. So Garand, prejudiced Garand, agenda-based Garand is saying, I would like another M1 if I could afford it. He is wrong. So that's what happens when you got fake news bias comment coming out.
Well, I think there really is a bias, especially when you consider one of your favorite guns is the AK-47, which was made almost the same time period as any of these World War II guns we're talking about. So, and it's, like I say, the SKS shoots same caliber. You can get magazines for them so that you don't have to use stripper clips if you're too thumbsy.
No. See, that's somebody who's not speaking from experience. Just because something exists doesn't mean it's applicable for anything. Those little stupid removable magazines not only don't comply with 922R, they get out of compliance, but they also are garbage. And if you do find one that works, there's no guarantee that by the time you take it in and out 3 times, it's still going to work. SKSs were an intermediate gun, and they're crudely made.
Oh, maybe the ones you see are.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the reason why I like SKSs is because they're cheap. Well, they're not cheap anymore, but they're garbage guns that you could just mess around with. You could learn your little tinkering or whatever.
And they're very, very reliable.
Yeah. If you keep the old magazine, they are, yeah.
Yeah, no, if I ever even put a new style one in, it would just be to be able to stick more stripper clips in it.
Yeah. Yeah, every new kind of detachable magazine.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, every new detachable magazine that I ever got for an SKS, I had to file it down on the inside or so. So I had to do something to it to make it work every time.
Yeah, that's why I say you just stick a 20 or a 30 in there and just load it with stripper clips from the top to get that capacity, and then you can just keep topping it up.
Huh?
Ridiculous. Heavy gun, bad ergonomics, crudely made. If you want to just comply and you're just used to taking what's given, go for it. But we're talking AR-15s. So that's the actual question. If we get back to the actual question, stock up on semi-auto surplus rather than AR-15s. question mark because they're not tightly regulated. Well, you can uncomply. You can comply in AR-15. Don't put a pistol grip on it. Build them without pistol grips, and now they comply. Build them with fixed stocks. Now they comply. Put them together with no stocks. They're not complete firearms yet. They comply. How much do AR-15s cost? Oh, you guys weren't at the show. We walked into that Tulsa collector show, which is typically like old-fashioned guns and collectibles, right? Not an AR-15 modern military show or nothing. And AR-15s, $399 complete.
Oh yeah.
So where are you buying these milsurps for less than $399 complete? So if we're talking what do you call it? Investment? Man, I don't know. You buy a grand for 700 if you're lucky, 1,000, and then it goes up to 1,200, and you got to find a buyer for it. I mean, granted, it's an investment; it's not going down, but there are some ifs there, some conditions. You buy an AR-15 for $399, it's probably not going to turn into $1,000 gun unless there's some kind of massive restriction and ban. But then I guess that's always a hedge against that. But it's probably not going to go down to a $200 gun. I mean, $400, I don't know how much cheaper it can actually be. All it would take is like taste to change and some new multi what do you call it, like function platform to replace the AR-15 so that people's taste change and the AR-15s become stale, and then maybe $300 ARs will become $600 ARs, maybe. I really don't see those being an investment either, but you can certainly get 2 or 3 ARs, these cheap ones, for the price of $1 grand.
Oh, for sure.
Certainly an AR for the price of a carbine, and even a cheap AR is going to be better option than a carbine for almost everything except investment. And then
nowadays with the prices, I mean, you can get an AR for the price of a SKS.
Exactly. An SKS, you buy an old one that's, I don't know, cheap, then it's going to be either totally beat up. And again, you guys keep acting like SKS is big deal. SKS, they're so awesome. Like if every SKS you buy just came out of the factory, like just came out of the wrapping. I've got SKSs when I sold them that had shot easily 10,000 rounds each. I mean, 1,000 rounds were costing us like $75, and we were making good money. We would drop 1,000 rounds through each gun every weekend, just going out and shooting, making noises, like easily 1,000 rounds every weekend. And that was for like years. So we got SKSs that, you bump fire an SKS, it's super cheap and free, or super cheap and fun. It's almost free. So, yeah, I mean, talk about buying one of those SKSs. Good luck. You're not buying a new SKS barrel and rebarreling it or nothing. You're buying somebody's old sloppy $75 gun. None of us paid much money for those SKSs. Now you're paying $300 or $400 for one.
Just because you can get nice Arsenal refinished ones right out of Russia.
I don't think you're getting Arsenal ones right out of Russia either. You're getting Chinese ones, right?
No, we get Russian ones. Yeah. It's harder to get the Chinese ones. The Chinese just want to sell us all their brand new stuff.
So Ponry's flipped over to the bad idea because AR-15s are way too affordable now, which kills the one positive milsurp used to have, which is being cheap. Angry still insists on loving his SKS. Grand just reiterate CMP. Bias.
Because you only need those 8 rounds in the Grand, right? Because I mean, each 30-06 round is worth at least 10 7.39.
Well, you're probably not going to just put down cover fire with a Grand very often if you had to carry the ammo in.
That's where you'd have your guy with the M1 carbine put down the cover fire.
All right. Well, I guess we solved it then. It is a bad idea to stock up on semi-auto milsurps rather than inexpensive AR-15s.
I think generally the vote when it's a good idea. So.
All right. Well, we'll let people vote out there, but it's bad idea is going to win. So it's just a formality, I guess. We'll let people vote on it, and that'll take us to, I don't know, gun of the day.
Sure, why not? What is it gonna?
Why not? Yeah, it's a Winchester model 1906. So it's a little pump action, 22 rimfire, shoots shorts, longs, long rifles, tube magazine, basically the same as one of those gallery guns, pretty much. Except a lot of those gallery guns would only shoot 22 short, whereas this has the advantage of shooting shorts, longs, and long rifle. Really cool little gun. Just a neat little plinker, and you got to like those little 22 pump actions because they got such a short little stroke on them. You can just like shooting a semi-auto. You know, you stay on target.
You already talked about how they'd break down.
Well, yeah, they also this one comes with a breakdown, so you can just snap the action apart, and it gives you quite a handy little rifle to throw in a backpack or go bag or whatever.
Freaking 1908, right? 1906. So 1906. This is Browning, right? Pretty sure it's
Browning design, yeah.
So for 1906, Browning's like, yeah, these rifles are way too freaking long. Let's make this thing break in half so it's actually useful for people. 1906. It's not like that's a modern thing or nothing.
No, well,
for the stupid NFA.
That used to be really common with a lot of his shotguns were breakdowns too, eh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that wasn't like a feature. That was like a feature. That wasn't like, oh, look, this is a thing you can do. Like that was built into it. He decided to make it break in half like that. That's awesome.
Yep. And
super fun to shoot. You ever shot one?
Oh yeah.
You ever shot one of these, Jimmy?
No. I've had a little Winchester action, but not this one.
Have you ever like used an old shovel or like, you know, some old tool, like an old hammer even? Like there's just something about like machines that are made by hand that were like, you know, made by somebody making them that you just don't get out of like bent metal and folded and like injection filled and stuff. Like the things just seem so toy-like now. They're definitely fun to shoot, these old guns. They're just like all metal, all steel. There's weight to them, and they're deliberate. Like Bob says, that little short stroke on the thing, they're just a pleasure to shoot these things. They're balanced well.
Yeah. They're any of these like old 22s like that. They weren't like you see a kid's 22 today, like a Cricket or something, which, you know, is a good functioning rifle, but
they make them like toys. Like they're barely step up from BB guns. This was like a real gun. Like 100%.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it felt like it. And if you were a kid and you had one of these, man, you felt like you could take on the world.
Definitely.
Fill that little tube up with 22 shorts, and you could just like bang away for
all afternoon. It was awesome. And they're super accurate. That long gas barrel.
Oh yeah. And it's the workmanship too. I mean, the thing just it fit together properly, and it, you know, back in those days, plus if it's been around for 100 years, you can be pretty sure it's broke in. But yeah, so that was our gun of the day. I think that's a kind of a cool little 22 plinker. And yeah, if anybody's got their hands on one or has one, hang on to it. That's something you hand down to your great grandkids eventually. The zombies haven't got them. That would be an zombie gun too, though.
No.
22 shorts? Oh yeah, 22 shorts. Just pop them in the head. Yes.
Weak Canadian zombie. So we got a gun shop of the day today. We've got a couple of options. We talked about building the castle yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So you can either do the Boot Hill one. I don't know. Did we do the introduction to the museum already? I think we might have done that one already too. Or we can do Dragon Man's. I don't know if we did Dragon Man's one yet.
Not the one you made, nah.
All right, so these are previews. These haven't gone live yet, so this is your one chance to see it before, I don't know, whenever it goes live. You're welcome.
Next up on the Gun Show Loophole Tour, we're going to take a look at the Military Museum at Dragonland. So you might be familiar with Dragon Man from his very large collection of full auto guns, or his gun shop, or the shooting range at Dragonland outside of Colorado Springs. But we had a chance to visit with him while he was doing an interview with the Brazilian television, and he took him back into the museum and let us tag along. His museum is very impressive. So we haven't seen the whole thing, but we did get a chance to go in and see some of the World War II stuff. So as you come in past a very extensive, complete collection of World War II uniforms, you get to this large display of World War II equipment and items, and it's impressive to say the least. You're there immersed in his collection, which is again very complete, and Dragon Man knows all about it. He's the real deal, and he takes you through and shows you the various elements of the collection. So it's something, it's unlike anything else I've experienced. Instead of being removed from all the items, you're right there in the collection. So it's something that if you haven't a chance to experience, I highly recommend it. It's open again in April. It's closed for the winter, and then it'll be open on Sundays with guided tours by Dragon Man himself. So if you've had experience checking out the museum, please let us know in the comments, share it with others. And again, check out some of the other videos that are out there that go into more depth of the collection and the museum as a whole. Stay tuned for more on the Gun Show Loophole Tour. And as always, thanks for watching.
That is very cool. I got to check these out.
That's his place there. So you drive up this road here as you drive in. There's all these crazy signs and stuff. And then you drive up to here and you go across, and then I don't think I can enhance a video. No. But this little thing here is the little gun shop, which is pretty big. All of this is his ranges. Got a ton of ranges there. And then this is his 10 miles of dirt bike tracks. You can drive around a dirt bike for 10 miles on his property there. So then this whole big white section here, that's as big as this 50-yard range with a 100-yard range right here. That place there is his museum. And I've only been in like probably that much of it.
Wow.
And he's planning on closing down, and I think he said filling in all of this eventually, and this next. Like this will be more museum here. This will all be museum, and then this will all be museum. So yeah, very cool. And like I said, you're just really walking around his collection. Museum technically because he lets people in there, but it's really just this guy's very extensive collection, and he's just walking you around through it. Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely got to get down and see that next year or this year.
The only thing is like an RV park where you could just like hang out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that looks like the kind of place you could spend days wandering through, eh?
It's only open on Sunday, so you get a day to wander through, and he takes on a guided tour, so you don't just get to like do your thing.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our gun shop today. He does have a gun shop there as well. We'll talk about that in future videos, I'm sure. But every day we try to feature a shop. That's one of the reasons we started doing the show. The idea there is to inspire people to do the same. So if you're creating blog posts or Instagram pictures or, I don't know, YouTube videos or just stuff on gun channels, remember you got a camera in your pocket and take those pictures of your gun shops and share it. They really do appreciate it. You get little stuff once in a while. I don't want to, say that you're going to get free stuff, but it does happen. You definitely get favors and smiles, and you're doing something useful out there. You're putting gun-related stuff on those social media platforms that people are only going to talk about their other things that they're interested in. So doing good, at all kinds of different levels when you do that. So that's what our goal is to look at these gun shops and remind people that we're all part of getting the Second Amendment back into society.
That's right. Since you can look at it as doing God's work.
No.
Well, if your God is John Browning, like mine is, so.
It looks like last week we had 1,249 ideas or pictures in the using the hashtag Daily Gun Show. Where are we at this week?
No memento. We are at, type in Daily Gun Show here. 1,295. Snap. Probably help if I screen share here.
Well, actually, I got to use the hashtag, not the just go into the channel.
Now you guys might have to help me where we left off at.
1290. We got about 50 something new ones.
All right, I remember that. I remember the fan. I remember Clover's picture. We do this one?
Yep, there's a star on it, or a heart on it. Too much ammo, really.
Yeah. Why do you need that? Oh, yeah. Bob's EDC. There we go. Chris.
Oh,
And
That one was cool because of the scary ice back there.
oh, no kidding. Especially with a Glock. I mean, if it fell over on that ice, it could just shatter.
Oh, it was Clover with his 4-H kids. That's pretty cool.
Shooting their arrows. See how you see those cones?
Yeah.
Right? Safety cones, right? Meant for safety, and they've got basically wooden bullets in there for kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
What if a kid fell on it? What if a kid fell backwards? It would stab them.
Be impaled.
I've seen what happens on the Punisher. You'd have to push the arrow straight through. That's the only way to get it out.
Yeah, that's how it, you cut a little flap off in the back and you just pull it through. That'll be fine.
yeah.
I don't like how archery is an individual sport. Like, it should be more of a team sport that everyone can get participation trophy for.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, like this.
I ain't going to be the catcher, I'll tell you that.
No, this front kid could be right here, right? And then that kid over there could be drawing the bow. And go-to gear, Smith & Wesson 1911.
You went right past that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to go right past that one.
Yeah.
And 2 pistols.
Yeah.
He's just repost. Where's he get off reposting Clover Attack? Is Night Strike a reposter now?
I think so.
He didn't even do the watermark. He just wrote Clover Tag.
No, Clover Attack had posted it as a rectangle, and Night Strike reposted it as a square.
Some people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris LCR. LCRX, excuse me. Punisher.
And cookies.
You know, if the Punisher knew that you had that sitting right there, he might come for you.
That's true. He's looking for guns all the time.
Yeah, he takes down the gun nuts. We got a Rainy AK. Careful. Thing of rust.
Oh, that's how you clean them.
I thought you cleaned them with vodka.
You just throw them out in the rain.
Clover Tag promoting his show here, Firearm Friday. So you're almost there steadily. You got the Russian guns, the Russian bullets. Well, no, that's probably Romanian there.
And then he's got rum.
Yeah, you got
Like-
Puerto Rican rum. What's the good one there?
You couldn't spring for a bottle of Smirnoffs?
At least some like Skull or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's going on a different route. Am I going the wrong way?
I don't know where you're at.
I didn't get that rum one. I went from Firearms Friday to like somebody's AR.
Oh, on a tree? Yeah, Cave Dave. Maybe they're censoring you.
Seriously, I got a whole bunch of Cave Dave, like looking at a deer and stuff.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah, there's another one. Oh yeah, there's a deer, a female deer.
There's a deer, a female deer.
Got a steadily
Yeah.
a little mossy log.
Yeah, it looks like a telephone post to me.
Oh. See the way he took the picture? I thought it was laying down, but now I see there's the ground.
Yep, looking down.
Yeah. No, kids out at the range.
That was from last weekend.
Nah, 2 days ago.
Oh, that one's a video.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry about the no sound there. It's just the way it is.
What? Now it says the page isn't available. Go back to Instagram.
Got Chris. A Colt 19. There you go. That's something I can get behind right there.
Yeah, much better, much better.
And a repost from Scotty.
That ugly man.
Who we got here? Steadily. Some Trijicons.
The glowy sight.
That a video? Oh, no. Oh, that's one of them laser target things?
Yeah.
No, that's
See 'em.
those two charging things so that you get blowback on your gun when you're shooting it for my practice.
Oh, so it's like it's actually recoiling.
I guess so. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think that's all it did. I don't think it shot anything. Is that a video?
Nah. I just went back to go check. It ain't. Another repost from Scotty from Chris in the Frozen Tundra. Another one from Chris.
Look at that one's a jungle and the other one's like a winter scene.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's either green screen or he spends a lot of money in travel for his Instagram pictures. Another repost there for the LCR.
I don't like how this one is just shooting up in the sky. That's what happened to me.
Oh, well, that was our hashtag showdown. What the hell?
Yeah.
Didn't even take me back to where I was.
They freaking took our hashtag away.
Uh-oh. We're being stifled.
Oh, there it is. I always know because this one always pops up.
Yeah. Those lovely female hands that Dano finds so offensive.
So we were at this one and we went back. Oh, we only missed one. So it was this one. That's why it got edited. Look at the picture. They're like, nope.
Well, I have this one. See, there's shenanigans afoot here. I got this and then this one from today.
Well, I know which one I'm voting for already.
This one here.
Yeah. From Hashtactical.
This is a repost from Hashi of
Moon.
Moon. So who wins that? Hashi or Moon? Or Marco?
Unless they give it to Hashi.
Yeah. This was a tough one this week.
Cookies look pretty good.
So you're gonna do the cookies?
No, I didn't say that yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Bob, did you
Oh yeah, the one from Hashtactical.
okay, all right.
Even if it is a repost, I don't care.
What kind of Glock is this?
Moon gets enough praise from everyone.
I almost picked this one, but it's a 19. No.
I'm going with the cookies. From a distance, it kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, he likes the little ears on the skull.
Actually, it almost looks like cookies are sitting in bowls of milk.
I guess I'm going with the alcohol one.
I also like the Smeggy Sand, the one with the blue G. That one's pretty good.
Oh, looks like we got a split decision then.
Yeah, so cookies, the You Suck one, or what'd you go with?
Shit, I forgot the alcohol liquor one.
Alcohol one.
Yeah, the one that you couldn't see, it was censored. Got the AK over there, a bowl of ammo, and some Bacardi.
Yeah, I don't have that one. Up with that.
Yeah. Maybe they figured you couldn't handle that one. So they censored, I don't know.
They did. I don't have it in my feed. That's crazy.
Yeah, he used Daily Gun Show.
Oh, it's up here in the favorites or in the top ones, but it's not down here in the most recent ones.
This one was, it was only 4 days ago, so I'm counting in the money.
Out of here. Like, I'm not allowed to look at it here. If I scroll up, I can look at it. I don't understand that one because he didn't even pour it into the cereal.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's Puerto Rican liquor versus having some authentic Russian stuff. So I'm gonna give it to him because he put the boozes in the shot. So A for effort.
So we got
to listen to
one vote for food, one vote for booze, and one vote for a woman. All right, you know where everybody stands.
We got all our groups covered here.
So Smith vote for cookies. So there you go. All right. Well, nobody else is voting, so we're about to.
Cool. Yeah. So
boom.
Anti-gun TV show wins again.
Cookie wins. I did it in spite of the anti-gun Punisher part of that. I did it for the cookie. It doesn't look like there's any nuts in there. They're decent size. There's plenty of chocolate chips. So,
yeah,
we got one vote for You Suck.
The darker ones are suspect to me. I don't know. Those look like they could have some type of macadamia in them or something like that.
Pecan, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
No, there's no nut. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It does look like it has either a weird blister or some sort of fucking nut. No nuts, just chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, see, that's just a weird blister. They're a little bit more done. That's all.
Those could be raisins.
There's definitely no raisins. Otherwise, you wouldn't be all be on gun channels. That's forgery.
Looks like raisins to me.
There ain't no raisins. He just said right there, no nuts, just chocolate chip cookies. So.
Okay, Angry. You say so.
Oh, his picture, his cookie. All right, so he wins. There you go. Your prize is you get to make some more cookies.
Yeah.
All right, he gets to make more cookies. Wait a minute. Where were our cookies? He's supposed to send us cookies if we're
we could have easily been bribed.
Yeah.
We have to pass. All right, so why don't we continue on? That was our hashtag showdown. We're at 12. I just closed it. 12.95.
Yeah.
So we'll put 12.95 down there for next week, and that way we will remember. And hopefully we'll have a whole bunch of new ones up there. Put it here. So thanks everybody that participates in that. That is a way that we get the show out there, and just having some fun with the Instagram. We'll do we already did the gun of the day, so we can do the gun movie.
We have a gun movie?
We do. Last Man Standing.
This is a good one. This is when Bruce Willis was like a 1920s gangster or something like that.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yeah. He was in the 1911s. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. 2 thumbs up. Solid. This is a good one. Lots of guns.
Yeah. I'm giving it a thumbs up because it was a great story. A lot of good guns in it. Good movie, entertaining. But then they had to do the whole like love story thing and throw that in there. And
yeah, they're always ruining movies that way.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a thumbs up though.
We're talking about the 1996 version of this movie because there's a lot of things with that title.
Oh yeah, then yeah, 96. Yeah.
So yeah, it's supposed to be 1932 Prohibition era gangsters, but it's really the what do you call it, Nagasabi Yojimbo or whatever.
Yeah.
It's the samurai movie. So it's Kurokawa. How you say that guy? The famous director's name. Anyway, the movie Yojimbo. So it's the same movie as the samurai that comes into town and sees the two warring or whatever on either side of town, fighting over the town and the sales of their liquors or whatever, their gambling halls, and plays them off each other. And that's also Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, right? Or no, it's also Fistful of Dollars. So it's been remade into some classics, and this one was a cool take on it. Instead of being swords, it's dual 1911s. So it's gun fu, I would call it. It's totally unrealistic from what I remember. Like never run out until he needs them to run out, and then it's a big, process of how he reloads them or whatever. But they're literally just there to be his swords. But otherwise, it's neat. It's neat to see that same story played out over and over. It's a cool story, and let's see. They say they spent $20 million on it in 1996, and then it says it only brought in $50 million. So I guess that wasn't enough. 37%. I guess a low. We call it score or rating. I thought it was better than that. I'm going to give it at least 1 thumbs up, but I would probably give it 2 thumbs up if it was like a more narrow, if it wasn't all movies, but if it was, gangster movies, or if it was movies with 1911s, I might give it a higher rank than just 1.
Yeah. Well, I give it 2 solid thumbs up because it has 1911s.
When's the last time you guys seen it?
Probably when I was like a kid.
Oh.
I think I watched it a couple years ago.
I'm wondering if it holds up. I think I've seen it not too long ago. It was on Amazon or Netflix or something.
Yeah, I think it still holds up.
I think I got one of them Bruce Willis like 4-packs from the Walmart $5 bin. I might have that movie.
Well, there you go. All right, so Last Man Standing, if you ain't seen it in a while, that's the whole point of this. If you're young and you ain't seen it yet, you're lucky because it's a neat one. And go watch it. It's probably free.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can find it.
So Bruce Willis. So people that ain't into gun movies, it's not like you're asking them to watch something crazy. It's just a Bruce Willis action movie. And if people don't care about it being a samurai movie or nothing, then they can just watch it as an action movie. Just a typical. It's a lot like Fistful of Dollars, right?
Yeah, ish. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same story. So instead of being Clint Eastwood in the olden days, spaghetti westerns, it's Bruce Willis in the Prohibition era. All right, so then do we have any gun history? I don't think anything happened in the big history. We'll double check, though.
Let's see. While you're checking that, I'm going to run this real quick. No, it's no Tommy gun, but it's something. Everybody knows what that sound means. It is time to crack your knuckles, whip out them keyboards, and get ready for the daily tactical pop quiz. Today we are doing a visual one. I have a couple of, examples of the question. So, what was the slang term for these kind of guns? Here's example A. Here is example B. And a little hint, they share a name with a modern, not so much popular, but a modern gun.
Got it. Sean Connery.
Canadian made.
Sean Connery.
Pride of Canada.
Hey, don't blame me for that piece of shit.
All right. Yeah. What did he say? I'm not on that YouTube side or.
Yeah, Sean Pottery says zip guns.
Yep.
And that was on the gun channel side. So he's got it.
Great, Sean.
Yeah. So Sean, that makes you our tactical hot shot of the day.
Yeah.
Smeggy said zip guns, but he said it way too late, as usual, on the YouTube channel. So that's why you don't win, Smeggy.
All right. Well,
yeah, we don't cover the lag. So
1963, Lee Harvey Oswald shot Kennedy. Alice. That was
Really?
today. 63.
Huh.
Oh, Bob's chuckling about it.
No, not about that. I was chuckling about what's going on in the gun shells chat.
All right, so I think we've hit right about the hour. We started a little bit late. We're ending a little bit after the top of the hour. It's Wednesday, so it's the day before the day where everybody eats stuff. So I think there's chats are going to be normal tonight, which would mean Clover is doing a Wednesday chat. Is he out there? Do we know? Is that confirmed?
I do not know if that's confirmed.
So, Smeggy saying he can't get gun channels to work on his computer. That doesn't help me to not tell me about it and then to not give me any indication of what's doing it. So, if it's not going to gunchannels.com, try going to gunchannels.com/lobby or someplace directly. And then, yeah, if you're having issues, then being silent about it means the issues will exist forever. Yeah. We have a troubleshooting segment over on Gun Channels, so we get into it all. Go to the Gun Channels channel called Troubleshooting, and you can leave some notes there. But just telling us I can't get to it. That's what we can't do. Fix it.
Yeah, it's his work computer, so it's probably just because they don't want him wasting time at work.
Might be, but I've had people suggesting that there's issues, but then not telling me what they are or how they're having them or what operating system is or any of the stuff you have to do with. You got to tell anyone if they're having trouble or whatever. If you told your person that you're having trouble with your car, you got to tell them what kind of car it is, trying to do what the trouble is, right?
Hey, my car doesn't drive right. How do I fix it?
Yeah. My car made a funny noise. What's wrong with it?
But I don't see Clover's there. Yeah, Wednesdays he's going to be doing a show today. So we got a Wednesday show with Clover. Then you've got, I'm sure Matt will do his show because he's in pocket of big live chats. So he has to do it for contractual obligation. And then tomorrow is that day. So I don't know. Are you guys doing early watch tomorrow, you said?
Yeah, tomorrow I'm doing early watch for sure.
All right. And then we're doing this show?
Probably. Yeah.
Canadians don't celebrate anything except for like other people's problems. But you don't have Thanksgiving, right?
No. We've already had Thanksgiving for me.
So we'll do this show tomorrow and then same time or whatever. So tonight, I don't forget what time Matt's on. At some time during the day. Matt will be on, and sometime earlier than that, Overtack will be on.
8 and 9 Eastern.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Supposedly.
There we go. Tech support and troubleshooting. So it's go into the channel libraries and click on T, and it'll be right at the top there for troubleshooting and tech support. Otherwise, if you want to go directly to it, it's gunchannels.com/support. So yeah, I do appreciate it if people are having issues because did a bunch of upgrades and stuff. Shouldn't be having issues, but if they are, then we need to know where they are and as much information as possible so we can fix them. All right, with all that, I guess we're saying we're done.
I got nothing.
I think we're pretty much done. Yeah.
All right, so we'll see everybody back here tomorrow or later on today. Done. Bob.
All right. Well, as you know, we like to end our show in a quote. But before that, I just want to remind everybody, please like, share, subscribe. If you can, support us on Patreon. The link is at the bottom of the show description. Other than that, I guess we'll wrap it up with our quote. Today's quote is by Theodore Roosevelt. And it's a good one. I like it. So a vote is like a rifle. Its usefulness depends upon the character of the user. Well, that's quite true, isn't it? On that, I'd like to say thanks, everybody, for watching and listening. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thanks for watching GunWebsites.com.